ज्ञानानन्दशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome to the Manah Shiksha series every Friday, Saturday and Sunday morning. We have completed the discussion on the Abhidheya, and slowly the transition in the Prayojan verses we have been seeing up till now. We finished verse 8, which is a transitional verse, you can say, from Abhidheya to Prayojan. Verse 9. Today we will discuss verse 10. And again, it is very brief and short. Verse 11 and 12 altogether will take 6 classes. So next this week and coming week, we will be able to complete our Manashiksha discussion. And as I was mentioning that Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives an exhaustive commentary to these Prayojan verses, but the contemporary Acharya's commentaries are very brief. They focus exhaustive commentaries more on the Abhidheya, how to become free from the anarthas, which we discussed quite in detail, if you remember. So let us go now today to Manashiksha, verse 10. I'll just open the Sanskrit. Ratim Gauri Lile Apitapati Saundarya Kirane Sachi Lakshmi Satya Paribhavati Saubhagyavalane Vashikaraschandravali Mukha Navina Vrajasati Shripatyāradhya Tam Haridaitāradham Bhajamana. Again, this is in the same meter as Jagannath Ashtakam. O mind, Mana, offer your worship unto Sri Radhika, the beloved of Lord Hari. Hari Daita Radham Bhaja. So ultimately, to enter into the internal potency of the Lord, we have to take the shelter of the personified form of the internal potency, That is Srimati Radharani. Mahatmanastumam Partha Daivim Prakritimashita. And this Daivim Prakritimashita, Prabhupada explains, is Srimati Radharani, the Ladini Shakti of the Lord. So Daivim Prakritimashita. So that's why let me worship Shri Radhika. And what are her qualities? She outshines Rati, the wife of Kamdev, Gauri, the wife of Lord Shiva, and Leela, the potency of Lord Vishnu, by the effulgence of her beauty. Ratim Gauri Leele Api Tapati Saundarya Kirane. She defeats Sachi, the wife of Indra, Lakshmi, and Satya, Krishna's wife, by the waves of her good fortune. Sachi Lakshmi Satya Paribhavati Saubhagyavalani. She defeats the pride, Shipatyara Deyatam, of the newly married gopis of Vraj, Navina Vraja Sati, headed by Chandravali. Chandravali Mukha. Mukha means the mane. Through her power to control Krishna. Vashi Karascha. Vashikar means to wash, to control. So here three uh, excellent attributes have been mentioned. She excels in her beauty to Gauri, Rati, and Leela by her beauty. And she defeats Sachi, Lakshmi, Satya by her fortune. And she controls Krishna and she defeats the pride of all the newlywed gopis headed by Chandravali. So, if you see, all the beautiful and wonderful attributes of Srimati Radharani are given, and uh, such a personality like Radharani, we should take shelter. That's the point being made. Now, let us go into the Bhajan Darpan commentary of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What is the foundation of this sloka? No one can ever obtain the lotus feet of Krishna, the source and form of all powers, without first approaching and taking shelter of the Lord's internal potency called as the Sarup Shakti. Now, in the Sandarbhas, Jiva Goswami, when he analyzes the Shaktis of the Lord, he compares the absolute truth, Krishna, to the sun. And the sun orb, the orb of the sun, which radiates intense light and heat, that orb he compares to the Sarup Shakti. And then there are the sun rays. And then there is the sun light, which reflects on objects like the water or the lake. So he compares the orb to the internal potency of the Lord, which is the Sarup Shakti. And the rays he compares to the Jivas, the Tatastha Shakti. And the sun rays falling on the water body, there is heat, which you can experience. There is heat of the sun, which is experienced in the lake. That is, he compares to the Bhairanga Shakti. So ultimately, to take shelter of Krishna, we should ultimately take shelter of the Sarup Shakti of the Lord, which is Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Raghunath Das Goswami says to his mind to offer worship to the beloved of Lord Hari. Hari Daita. Hari Daita is Srimati Radharani. Okay, now he goes into the shlokartha, the meaning of the verse. Srimati Radharani's special, extraordinary qualities, Srila Rupa Goswami nicely elaborates Radha's 25 main qualities in Sri Radha Prakarana in the Ujjala Neela Mani. So these qualities of Srimati Radharani are also spoken in the Chaitanya Charitamrita and in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, in the southern division, Rupa Goswami speaks about the 64 transcendental qualities of Krishna. And then he lists, the 25 qualities of Srimati Radharani. And in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is there. The original reference comes from the Ujjwala Neelmani composed by Rupa Goswami. Now, I will not read the verse. I will just directly list the 25 qualities. Srimati Radharani's 25 chief transcendental qualities are She is very sweet. She is always freshly youthful. Her eyes are restless. She smiles brightly. She is beautiful. She has beautiful, auspicious lines. She makes Krishna happy with her bodily aroma. She is very expert in singing. Her speech is charming. She is very expert in joking and speaking pleasantly. She is very humble and meek. She is always full of mercy. She is cunning. She is expert in executing her duties. She is shy. She is always respectful. She is always calm. She is always grave. She is expert in enjoying life. She is situated in the topmost level of ecstatic love, Mahabhav. She is the reservoir of all loving affairs in Gokul. She is the most fortunate of submissive devotees. She is very affectionate to elderly people. She is very submissive to the love of her friends. She is the chief Gopi. She always keeps Krishna under her control. So these are the 25 qualities. Of course, there are unlimited qualities, and these 25 are the chief ones. In short, she possesses unlimited transcendental qualities, just as Krishna does. So, as I mentioned, that Mahaprabhu narrates this in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and it is actually from the Ujjwal Nilmani, and it's also quoted in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Okay. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's whole commentary about this purport is extolling the glories of Srimati Radharani. So, when a person has virtuous qualities, naturally our heart is attracted to him and we want to surrender to him. And this is how the whole Ramayana also begins. Valmiki asks Narad Muni, is there a person who has all these qualities? And then Narad Muni says, yes, there is Lord Ram. So the excellent qualities naturally draw the soul towards surrender. So similarly, Srimati Radharani's qualities help us ultimately to take her shelter. Now further, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is quoting, Srimati Radharani's glory is again elaborately described by Srila Rupa Goswami in the Ujjwala Nilmani 436. Tayorapyobayormadhe Radhika Sarvatadika Mahabhava Guner Ati Variyasi. Of the two gopis, Radharani and Chandravali, Tayorapya Ubhar Madhe, Srimati Radharani is superior in all respects. Radhika Sarvatha Adhika. She is the embodiment of Mahabhav. Mahabhava Swarupeyam. And she surpasses all in good qualities. Guner Ati Variyasi. Again, this is quoted from the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela. Gopalottara Tapayam Yad Gandharveti Vishruta Radityarit Parishishtecha Madhavena Sahodita Atastadiya Mahatmyam Padme Devarshim Moditam. Now another reference further. Srimati Radharani is called Gandharva. So Gandharva, it is not Gandharva. Gandharva is masculine, pullinga, but Gandharva is feminine. So she is Gandharva. In the Gopal Uttara Tapani Upanishads. In the Rig Parishishta, she is called Radha. Raditya Rig Parishishtacha. and is described as always being always with Madhava. Madhavena Sahodita. Therefore, her glories are explained. Atastadiya Mahatmyam in the Padma Puran by Devarshi Narad. Next reference. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu Tasya Kundam Priyam Tata Sarva Gopeshu Sevika Vishnu Vallabha. Just as Radha is dear to Lord Krishna, Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu, so her bathing place Radha Kund is dear to him. Tasya Kundam Priyam Tata. She alone is his most beloved. Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha of all the gopis. Sarva Gopishu Sevika. Again from the Chaitanya Charitamrit. Ladiniya Mahashakti Sarva Shakti Varyashi Tatasara Bhava Rupeyam Iti Tantre Parishishta. The great potency named Ladini, Ladiniya Mahashakti, is the topmost among all the potencies of the Lord. Sarva Shakti Variyasi. Her essential personified form is renowned by the name Radhika. Tat Sara Bhava Rupeyam. This is established very well in the Tantras. Iti Tantre Parishishta. Sanat Kumar Samhita 298. So all these references are the glories of Srimati Radharani. Okay. Any questions up till now? Any questions? Any clarifications? Okay. So now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes Chatu Pushpanjali in the Stavamala. Chatu means very sweet. Pushpa Anjali, it's in the form of flowers which are in a rose. So there is a sweet flowering rose of glorification of Srimati Radharani in the Stavamala, and we will just go through it. Srila Rupa Goswami vividly glorifies Srimati Radharani in the Chato Pushpanjali in the Stavamala as follows. Navagoro Chana Gaurim Pravrendri Varambaram Mani Stavaka Vidyute Veni Valangana Farnam. O Radhika, you are as fair as fresh Gorochana, Nava Gorochana Gaurim, a bright yellow color, and have garments as splendid as a blue lotus. Pravarendra Varam Bharam, your braids being decorated with jewels and flowers, Mani Stavaka Vidyotiveni, give the appearance of a serpent's hood. Vyalangana Fanam. So, the braid, that is the hairs of Srimati Radharani, which is decorated with jewels and flowers, it appears like a serpent hood. Now, anyone knows after Rupa Goswami had done this comparison of comparing Srimati Radharani's braid to the appearance of a serpent hood. Anyone knows any pastime connected to this? Anyone knows? Anyone remembers? Yes, Sunita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, once Rupa Goswami had compared Radharani's braid to the hood of a serpent in his works.
Yeah,
And
this is that work.
yes, and that time Sanatana Goswami chastised him by saying that how could you do that? How could you compare Radharani's braid to a serpent's hood? And it happened so that after chastising, when Sanatan Goswami happened to see Radharani in a Leela, he saw her swinging on a swing, and and there was a black serpent on her back. So
Yes.
he immediately ran towards the gopis and Radharani, and he said that there is a black serpent, and please get rid of it. And later on, when he went in closer, he saw that it was Radharani's blade.
Yeah. And they all disappeared also. So this pastime will be narrated by Sachinandan Maharaj in his commentary, which we'll see. Yeah. So this is that pastime. Upamana Gatamana Prahari Mukhamandalam Navendu Nindi Balodyat Kasturi Tilakashyam. Your incomparable face, Mukhamandalam Prahari, defeats any object of comparison. Upama Gatamana. You have a beautiful forehead. Nava Indu Nindi Balodya, decorated with an elegant mustilak, which defies the beauty of the new moon. Kasturi Tilaka Shriyam. So there is tilak on Srimati Radharani's forehead, and that defies the beauty of the new moon. Bhurujitang Kodandam Lola Nila Kwalim Kajjal Ojjwala Tara Chakori Charulochanam. Again, if the Sanskrit verses are there, then it becomes easy to recite. Firstly. Secondly, the meter is known. So both, I don't know. Your eyebrows conquer the beauty of love gods bow. Buru, Jitanga, Kandandam, Lola. You have dark bluish curly locks of hair, Nilal Kavalim, and your eyes, Lochanam, decorated with Kajal, reign supreme. Ujjwala, Kajal Ujjwala, appearing as two splendid Chakori birds, Chakori Charu. Tila Pushpabhya Nasagra Virajat Varamaulikam. Ha! Adarodbhota Bandukam Kundali Bandura Dvijam. The tips of your nose resemble a sesame flower. Tila. It is not tila, it should be Pushpa. Pushpabhya Nasagra. And is decorated with a splendid pearl ring. Virajita Vara Maulikam. Your lips defeat the beauty of the flowers that redden at noon, and your teeth are like a row of jasmines. Saratna Savarna Rajiv Karnika Krit Karnikam Kasturi Bindu Chibhukam Ratna Greveha Kolojam. You have earrings which resemble a golden bowl of a lotus. Karnikaram, embedded with jewels. Krita Karnikaram. Your chin is decorated with a dot of Kasturi Bindu, and you wear a shining gem studded necklace. Divyangada Pariswang Lasad Mrinalikam Balari Ratna Valaya Kalambi Kalavikam. Your divine lotus stem like arms are decorated with shining armlets and with twinkling bracelets made out of jewels and blue sapphires. Ratnanguriya Kolasi Varanguli Karambujam Manohara Mahahara Vihari Kucha Kutmalam. Your lotus hands has attractive fingers. Anguli Karambujam that shine with gem-studded rings. Ratnanga. Your beautiful breasts have an attractive necklace that playfully moves around them. Romali Bujagi Murdhvaratnabhya Taralanchitam Valitrai Bhadyashina Bhangura Madhyamam. The necklace on your heart is made of a small dark beads, in the center of which is a shining jewel, appearing like a skalky dark serpent having a gem on top of its head. Your graceful stomach has three folds of skin appearing as if there are three tender vines like a belt around your slender waist. Mani Sarasanadhara Visprahar Shroni Rodasam Hemaramba Mandaramba Sambhanoru Yuga Kritim. Your broad hips are decorated with a belt composed of golden beads. Your beautiful thighs defeat the pride of the golden plantain trees. Janudutijita Shullapita Ratna Samudrakam Saram Nirajya Manjira Viranat Padam. Your knees defeat the beauty of a topaz studded chest of jewels. The autumn lotus flowers worship your feet along with their tinkling anklets. Rakindu Koti Soundarya Jaitrapad Nakadvitim Ashtabi Satvikeir Bhaver Akuli Krita Vigraham. The splendor of your toenails defeat the beauty of millions of full moons. That is the beauty of the toenails, we can imagine. Your body is always agitated by the eight ecstatic symptoms. Mukundanga Kripangam Ananga Gormi Tarangitam Twamarabdha Shriyanandam Vande Vrindavaneshwari. When you cast a sidelong glance at the transcendental body of Lord Mukunda, the waves of amorous desires toss you about. You then enjoy various pastimes with Krishna. O Queen of Vrindavan, I bow down and offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So ultimately, we should get the mercy of Radharani. And here it is mentioned she has got a sidelong glance. And anyone knows there are prayers beseeching for the mercy of Srimati Radharani's sidelong glance. Anyone knows what those prayers are called? Yes, Sunita Mataji.
Prabhuji, Radha Kripa Kataksha Stotra.
Radha Kripa Kataksha Stots Savaraj. Stavaraj it is. Stava means songs in glorification, and it is the king. It is the king of all Stavaraj. This is Stavamala, where a lot of songs in glorification are composed by Rupa Goswami, and that is Stavaraj, and that is called as the national anthem of Vrindavan, the Radha Kripa Kataksh Stotra. And in the material world, especially, a side glance, especially, the attraction between the opposite sex is there. And when a person glances from the side, it stated that the soul consciousness degrades, glides down to deeper and deeper, regions of the darkest regions of this world, that is the hellish regions. So the soul degrades. Buddhi nashat pranashati, as it is mentioned, dhyayato vishayan pumsam. So this is the potency of the sidelong glance which we do. Similarly, the same counterpart is there in the spiritual world. When Srimati Radharani bestows her sidelong glance, then ultimately the soul will be elevated and attain the highest position in the spiritual world. That is the mercy of Srimati Radharani and entrance into the spiritual abode. You then enjoy various pastimes. Yeah, I mentioned this. Ai prodayan mahabhava madhuri vilvalantare asheshane naikavasta Prakatyadbhuta Cheshtite. Your heart overflows with the sweetness of Mahabhav. Through your actions, you exhibit the characteristics of all kinds of heroines. Ashesha Naika Avastha. Prakata Adbhuta Cheshtita. So Naika means heroine and Nayak means hero. So for us, the hero and heroine is Radha and Krishna. And in this material world, why people go to watch movies? Because they have their aspirations of their favorite hero and heroine. And they also want to enjoy like that hero, or the girl wants to enjoy like the heroine. And that's why uh, they go and watch movies. So we should, hear the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. They are the real hero and heroine. And by giving pleasure to them, ultimately we'll also attain the highest bliss and pleasure. Sarvamadurya Vigjoli Nirmanchita Padabje Indira Mriga Saundarya Spurad Angri Nakhanchale. Your lotus feet are equipped with all varieties of sweetness. Sarvamaduri Nirmanchita Padambuje. And even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, seeks the beauty of your toenails. Gokulendu Mukhi Vrinda Simantottamam Shamanjari Lalitadi Sakiyutha Jivatu Smita Korake. You are the flower worn in the parted hair of the moon-faced girls of Gokul. Your budding smile is the life of Lalita and other friends. Chatulapang Madhurya Bindu Bindun Madita Madave Tata Pada Yasha Stoma Kairavananda Chandrike. A drop of the sweetness of your restless sidelong glance maddens Lord Madhava. Similarly, the sidelong glance, maddens the conditioned soul in this material world and binds him. The same uh, happens because the material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. You are the moonlight of bliss for the white lotuses of your father's Vrishabhanu's fame. Apar Karunapura Puritantar Manorarde Prasidasmin Jane Devi Nijadasya Spruhajushi. The lake of your heart is filled with a limitless flood of mercy. Apar Karuna. O Devi, please be kind to this person who yearns to attain your service. Prasidasmin Jane Devi Nijadasya Spruha. Spruha means the desire. I want to have a desire to be your dasi, attain your service. Kachitvam Chatu Patuna Tena Goshtendra Sununa Prathyamana Chapalang Prasadat Raksha Semayam. When will I see the sweetly speaking Prince of Vraj? Beg for the mercy of your restless sidelong glance. Vam sadhu madhavi pushper madhavena kalavidha prasadhya manam svi dhyantim bijasyam aham kada. When will I fan you as you begin to perspire a little at the time when Sri Madhava artistically and carefully decorates you with Madhavi flowers? So now, after glorification, then he is coming to his specific request, Rupa Goswami. You can see here, when will you bestow your sidelong glance? When you will give me that service to fan you? So here there is a request. Prayers have these components. First is glorification, and then there is request. So I request that you give me this service. I think this picture is there in the book. I could not place the pictures. So this is how beautiful she is, glorious. She outshines Indra, Shiva, and Vishnu also. And then she defeats the pride of the newly married gopis. But specifically this pastime, she is the beloved of Rishabhanu, and she is the moonlight of bliss for the white lotuses. This was there in this Chatu Pushpanjali. But specifically for this verse, I think this verse, I think there is a picture of, no, it's not there. Okay. Heli Vishrama Sinobaka Kesha Vrindasya Sundari Samskaraya Kada Devi Janame Tam Nidekshasi. Oh, beautiful one, Vrindasya Sundari, when will you order this person to fix your curly lock of hairs, now disarrayed due to your amorous pastimes? Kada bimbo sitambulam maya tava mukambuje arpe manam vrajadisha sunu sunura chidya bhokshate. O Radhika, whose lips are like the bimba fruits, when, kada, will the prince of Vraja snatch away and enjoy the betel nuts as I place them in your lotus mouth? Vrajaraj Kumara Vallabhakula Simant Mani Prasida me Parivar Ganasyate Yata Padavi me Navadaviyasi Bhave. O jewel, in the parted hair of the gopis, lovers of the prince of Vraja, kindly be pleased with me and keep me on the path of your intimate friends. Karuna param tava vrindavan chakravartini api kesharpur yatha bhavet sachato pratana bhajanam jana. O Queen of Vrindavana Chakravartini, at every moment I beg only for your kindness, by which this person may able to offer proper prayers to Lord Krishna, the enemy of Keshi. Imam vrinda vaneshwarya janoye patetis tavam chatu pushpanjalim namasa syad asya kripas padam. May whoever read this prayer to the Queen of Vrindavan, which bears the name Chato Pushpanjali, a flower offering of sweet words. I mentioned Pushpa means flower, and Anjali, can refer many things, but here I don't know what it is, but it can refer to a row also. A flower offering of sweet words, Chatu, become the object of her mercy. So this is entire quotation from Stavamala Chatu Pushpanjali. And for sadhakas, it is best if they can recite Radha Kripa Kataksh Stotra every day. Best asking for the merciful glance of Srimati Radharani. One should worship Srimati Radharani by always reciting these kind of devotional prayers. And I suggested one now, the Radha Kripa Kataksh Stotra. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami vividly reveals this mood in the Vilapa Kushmanjali. Vilap is separation. Kusuma is again a flower. And Anjali, I don't know in this context what it mentions. So Raghunath Das Goswami is mentioning, he is revealing that this mood of always reciting devotional prayers, seeking the mercy of Radharani. So these are the prayers in 102 and 101 and 102, which Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes. Lakshmi Yad Angri Kamalasya न काञ्चलस्य सौन्दर्यबिन्दुम् अपि नारति लब्धुम् ईशे सा त्वां विदास्यसि न चेन्मम नेत्रदानं किं जीवेतेन मम दुःख दावाग्निदेन. My dear Lakshmi, Lakshmi yad angri kamalasya is not able to attain even a drop of the beauty of the tip of your lotus toenails. Lakshmi is not able to attain that beauty which is possessed by your toenails. If you do not give charity to my eyes, then what is the use of my life? Kim jivite mama, ablaze with a great forest of fire of sufferings, dukha. Now, this dukkha is not material dukkha. This vilap or lamentation is spiritual lamentation. This is on the transcendental platform. Asha bharer amrita sindhumai kadanchit kalo mayati gamaita kilasam pratam ihi tvam chet kripamai vidasyasi naiva kim me pranervajena cha varoru bakari napi. O Radha, with the most beautiful thighs, now this servant of yours is somehow passing time in the material world, full of a nectarian flow of hopes. Asha bharer, Amrit Sindhu, for your mercy. If you do not bestow your mercy on me, then what is the use of maintaining my life, staying in Vrindavan, or having the association of Krishna, the enemy of Baka? Fortunate spiritual practitioners will develop deep spiritual attachment called rati towards Vraj or devotional practice, which is aligned with the eternal sentiments and devotional service that is displayed by the eternal associates of Krishna. So, the eternal associates of Krishna are the gopis, the gopas, the elderly gopas and gopis, whichever mood we cultivate in our Raganuga sadhana practice. It is Madhurya, Sakya, Vatsalya, or Dasya, Bhav. So these fortunate practitioners can develop deep spiritual attachment. And that is, I mentioned, Rati has different meanings. Rati can mean Bhava. Bhava Bhakti is called as Rati. Rati can mean attraction. Rati can mean also deep attachment. So Vraj Bhav, Vraj Bhakti, they can develop. Following the Raganugas can practice bhakti following the Ragatmika Bhaktas. Then such persons must approach a guru to know their eternal identity. So this is again a very elevated platform. First of all, you have to identify that you are not this body. And only at the stage of Nishta is one a self-realized soul. And having attained the stage of Nishta, then one, in one sense, develops that intense greed to take up to Raganuga sadhana. Of course, greed is the only criteria, but it also requires, the spiritual greed requires purification of the heart. And one has to cross the Anarth Nivritti stage. So one's identity is that I am spirit soul. And with this transcendental platform, when one is situated, one further practices Raganuga sadhana, and slowly his spiritual identity in the spiritual world. The development of the spiritual body begins with the Raganuga sadhana, and it matures at the stage of Bhava Bhakti. So, a Raganuga sadhaka should be under the touch of his spiritual master, who expertly guides him in this bhajan, Raganuga bhajan. And then ultimately he should know his eternal identity. In that relationship, they should execute spiritual practices, bhajan and sadhana, taking shelter of the Manjari who manifest in the form of the Guru. So, in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the practice of Raganuga Bhakti is narrated by Rupa Goswami in 3 verses only, 3 verses. And to understand it, you need many, many explanations and many, many classes on that. But Seva Sadhaka Rupena Siddha Rupena. Prabhupada also quote this in the Upadeshamrit also. So Sadhaka Rupa, a Sadhaka, Raganuga Sadhaka, in his Sadhaka Sharir, he follows Rupa Goswami. But in his internal meditation of the contemplation on the spiritual body, he follows Rupa Goswami in his spiritual body, that is Rupa Manjari. So that is what is being stated here. Through continued service to that Manjari in the form of Guru Rupa, that is Rupa Manjari, the practitioner receives her grace to obtain the service of Sakis of Srimati Radharani. So the Manjaris will ultimately give the sadhaka grace by which they can approach the Sakis, and through the Sakis, they will take us to Srimati Radharani. Only by her mercy can the practitioner be able to serve the divine couple in their eternal pastimes. All this becomes possible only when the practitioner possesses humility, eagerness, and focused resolve. 3 things are mentioned: possessing humility, eagerness, and focused resolve. So all this, if you see, manifests slowly from the stage of Nishta. At the stage of Nishta, one is Vidya Vinay Sampanne, Brahmani Gavi Hastine, Sune Cheva Sopakecha Pandita Darshana. He's a self-realized soul. So he possesses Vinaya, humility. Naturally, he possesses that humility. Trunadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishanam, Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So the natural humility of the soul manifests at that stage. Eagerness, there is now, one is driven by spiritual greed, lobh. And then, because now he is on the transcendental platform, he is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Ekehi Kurunandana. So all these qualities manifest, and this is possible only when the practitioner possesses this. Okay. Any questions up till now? We have finished the Bhajan Darpan commentary of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Any questions? Any clarifications? Yes, I was also sure that not many questions on this topic will come up. Let us see the Manashiksha Bhasha of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. सौंदर्य किरणमाला जिनीरति गौरी लीला अनायास स्वरूपे वैभवे. Her rather splendorous beauty, Saundara Kiranamala, overpowers that of goddesses, Anayas Swarup Vaibhava, of whom Rati, Gauri, and Leela. Sachi Lakshmi Satyabam Yata Bhagyavati Rama Saubhagya Balane Parabhave. Her good fortune is far greater, Saubhagya, than the lucky divine woman, Yatha Bhagyavati Rama, Sachi, Lakshmi, and Satyabhama. Bhajamana Charanatahar Chandravali Mukhyata Navina Nagari Shata Vashikare Kare Tiraskara. Worship, O heart, her feet. Bhajamana Charantahar. She controls her beloved and wins her alliance over Chandravali, as well as thousands of other lovely young women. Navina Nagari Shata. Say Krishna Praneshwari, Krishna Pran Alhadakari, Kari, Ladini Swarupa Shakti Sati, Tahara Charan Tyaji, Yadi Krishna Chandra Bhaje, Koti Yuge, Krishna Gehe Gati. She is the goddess of Krishna's life breath. Say Krishna Praneshwari, the delighter of the soul, Krishna Pran Alhadakari, Kari. In fact, she is the embodiment of the power to give bliss. Ladini Swarupa Shakti, and the most chaste of all, Sati. If people neglect her lotus feet, tahara charana tyaje yadi, the only worship and only worship the moon like Krishna, Krishna Chandra Bhaji, though such persons may worship for 1,000 years, they will not attain him. Krishna cannot be attained without worshipping Srimati Radharani. Saki Kripa Bleha Dhari Prema Sindhu Maje Chari Vrishabhanu Nandini Charane Kabe Bhap Viyarabh Ishwarir Kripa Pabha Ghanita He Bhaje Nij Jane. Climb the boat of the Saki's mercy. Saki Kripa Bela Dhari. Bela it is. So that was here in the picture. If you climb the boat of the mercy of the Sakis. Yes. Climb the boat of the Saki's mercy and sail to Radha through the ocean of love. So here is Radha. So you have to climb the boat of the Saki's mercy and sail into the ocean of love. Prem Sindhu Majyachari, where you will find the lotus feet of the daughter of Vrishabhanu Radha. When will I fall at her feet and stay there? When will I get her mercy? Ishwarira Kripa Pabe. When will she count me as one of her own? So that completes the Manashiksha Bhasha. We have a short commentary by His Holiness Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj. Shivram Swami Maharaj. And we also have a short commentary by Sachinandan Maharaj. And both of this we will discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow we will discuss and complete the discussion on verse 10. Verse 11 is one of the last verses of Manashiksha, which will require 2 classes. And verse 12 is Falashruti of one who recites these 12 verses. What is the glory? What is the Falashruti? And that will also require just 2 classes. So another 4 classes, we will complete the discussion on Manashiksha. So tomorrow we'll take the commentary on Shivram Swami Maharaj and Sachinandan Maharaj. Any questions, any clarification anyone has? Okay, so we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai. Shri Manashiksha ki jai. Hare Krishna.